come on. Sorry if you are coming in. Sorry, I'm trying to do a mobile stream, and I suck. I've only done like 5 mobile streams total on YouTube. Oh yeah, I can do these cool little filters. Hey, I can give you guys something to look at while we talk. Oh, that looks stupid. Hey, yo. Oh, that looks horrible. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an update really quick before I go live. So this is like an update. Hey, Spurgy, Kathy, Navy. Hey, guys. There you go. Kelly. Normally, I do these updates on scope, and I think I'm going to do a scope in a few minutes, but I wanted to do an update here to kind of let you guys know what's going on. All right, so this is a quick one on Rockalot. If you want to get the full stream, jump over to my Periscope. It's Twitter. Damn it, how do I get rid of that now? Oh, there we go. Perfect. So if you want to get the full talk here, my initial talk to process things, to talk with you guys. Yeah, it is massive, and I'm going to hit you with it right now. So Benjamin Potts came out on Twitter around 4 days ago. I think we talked about this not yesterday, the day before, right? And he's making the claim on Twitter that Kyle lied and forged the documents that had his signature. Now, he's the landlord that Kyle was living with. So Potts then tags Steve, and Steve says, I'll DM you. And you remember, I went into the Wayback Machine and looked and found that Potts was trying to tag Steve in February. And it was weird because he was with Kyle in February and they were together until like months later or some shit, right? And there's like evidence to back up that Kyle was with Potts on Instagram, but Potts had either privated or deleted an Instagram account and started using a new Instagram account. So you couldn't go to Instagram and look and see all the days, because Potts like literally will post when he's, according to people who followed him. Of course, some of Kyle's friends followed him. So anyway, those are the things we talked about a couple days ago. Now, Ruhif had contacted Potts with Steve, and they got an affidavit from him, and Potts just entered into court in like some really late emergency filing that Potts is signing under oath that he's going to testify that Kyle did not live with him at all, ever. So, of course, this is confusing people because Potts had posted that Kyle was squatting in his home on Twitter, but then deleted it, remember? Okay? And that leads people to say, to kind of question Potts. So, in the filing, they say that Kyle faked his bank statements. And if you recall, a couple months ago, in one of my streams, one of Steve's sycophants jumped in the live chat. Some of you guys, I want you to do me a solid. If you remember the stream where someone jumped in and said, check Kyle's bank statements. Kyle's bank statement's fake. And my response to him that night was something to the effect of, well, tell me how they're fake then, and I'll fucking prove it. I'll go prove it on my channel right now. So the dude never told me how they were fake. If you recall in the live chat, I want the stream that was in and the timestamp, right? So what we did when we first learned about this, of course, is I expected inside of the court filing them to tell us how Kyle faked his bank statements so that I could check it. Because you guys know that I've used Photoshop and Adobe Premiere and other professional level applications, expensive, they're very fucking expensive, to debunk, you know, fake pictures, fake UFOs, fake claims. So I wanted to take the images of the bank statements and actually process them in Photoshop so that I could see how Kyle faked the images. And that's not how they claim Kyle faked the images. They claim that Kyle... Okay, let's see if I can reconnect. Now I remember why I moved to Periscope to do these. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Okay, am I back? Am I back? Can you guys hear me okay? Like literally YouTube just crashed, but it lets me try to reconnect. You can. Okay, thank you. I am going to go to Periscope to talk to you about this because YouTube mobile is not the best and it'll keep disconnecting me. So I'm letting you know, if you want to watch the Periscope stream where I kind of get deep into everything with you, please, after this stream, my Twitter is at UNIRocktv, and that's where you'll be able to find me going live on my Periscope, okay? So come over there and hang with us if you want. I don't even think you have to have an account. You can watch the stream as it goes from the front of my Twitter or from the front of my Periscope, UNIRocktv. Okay, back to what I was saying though when I disconnected. So anyway, so the bank statements. The way they say that Kyle faked the bank statements is because of the, there is a barcode on the bank statements, and if you scan the barcode, it'll show you a zip code, okay? And the zip code didn't show his new address. The zip code showed his old address. Now, this is what's weird to me. Remember the CW Chanter issue? He had a bunch of fake screenshots, and it took a while for us to debunk them, and it was a huge ordeal and all that, right? Well, I learned a lot about debunking screenshots. What I've learned is if you fake screenshots and you have a professional on hand, there are many ways to prove that a screenshot's faked. So if Kyle did fake a screenshot, I thought they would already have had somebody figure out how he did it, because you're not going to get to charge Kyle by saying that a barcode didn't match up to the address on the thingy, because it shows an address and then it shows a barcode. And I don't know how it works. I have 2 tech guys I've talked to who work in the field who know the code. I have 2 tech guys that I talk to that know the code behind the way that this barcode generates itself. And I've been told, and no, I'm not trying to inject any doubt that Kyle lied, okay? I told you guys, Kyle has evidence. If anything comes out to state that his evidence is lie or wrong or fake, I will report it to you. I will call out Kyle. And that's what I'm doing. To an extent. Also, if Kyle watches this, Kyle, get a hold of me, bro. Yeah, your mama. Get a hold of me, bro. Because I'm not going to talk to you. I don't hate you. I want to know what happened, bro. Come talk to me. I think you're gonna, I think Kyle might be in a spot right now where he feels like everybody's gonna turn against him. I really don't feel like that's the case yet. It depends, right? So he should just do my advice to Kyle right now is the same advice that I've been giving Steve ever since December. Just apologize, do the right thing, and you're good. You're golden girls, right? A lot of people may not forgive you, like people close to you. People might, you know, criticize you. But you know, you at least got to do that. Anyway, so where are we at? Okay. So I've been told that it is possible if Kyle changed his address electronically and then tried to take a screenshot, that it's possible that the barcode wouldn't have updated. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, and no, I'm not trying to inject doubt into you. We are going to fact check every step of this to make sure that if Kyle did fake something, I tell you, okay? Because I'm a little surprised that we don't have the actual method that he used to fake these bank statements, right? I'm a little surprised that the method's not there, but that they have somebody testifying certain things and all this stuff. It's not that I don't believe it. I do believe it. I'm willing to believe this evidence. And if this evidence gets rebutted somehow, I'll believe that. And if it doesn't, then I'll believe the evidence. Just like I believed the evidence when Kyle turned it in, I'll believe it when it gets rebutted with sufficient evidence to rebut it. Can you? Okay, we're still live, right? Okay. So, now, With the bank statements, I expect us to be able to take them if he so the only way that Kyle could have faked the bank statements is to Photoshop them. So what I'm doing now is trying to think, what would be the purpose of it? It seems so ridiculous. It seems so crazy, you know? And I'm trying to think what his mindset would be to do that. It's so scary. Could you imagine trying to do something that crazy when you know that if you just go and appear in front of the judge, you have enough evidence to win your case? It's pretty excessive. So anyway, so the bank statements, they're saying that because this barcode doesn't match up to the address, and you combine that with Benjamin Pott's testimony, you have a slam dunk, Kyle Curtis bad, loses case. And whether that's true or not, who fucking knows? I've been asking, I want to talk to Nate a little more. I want to know, you know, what happens if Kyle, you know, faked something? Are they going to throw it out? Are they going to throw out the entire case? Are they going to throw Kyle in jail and not allow him to defend himself in the case? Does he just lose? And I would assume he would, okay? It's kind of crazy that he would hand it to Steve like that, right? What I would have done if I was him was just tell Scotty Forbes Lee the truth in the very beginning. And honestly, it seems really dumb to not do that. Just so much insanity. But then again, we don't really know yet. We have no clue what happened or what's going to happen. A lot of people are saying that these guys filed this stuff too late. I don't think the judge is going to care personally. That's just my opinion. If I was the judge, I'd look at it. Yeah, I know it's bad for Kyle to say that. No shit. So anyway, you've got the statement. So, okay, where are we? I've got this all, you know, processed right now to catch you up. Then we go to Periscope. Then I need to sit down with the peeps for a minute and talk to them. Then I'm going to go on live. So we will be live on YouTube. So he testifies, okay, Benjamin Potts, he testifies that Kyle never lived with him. He testifies that he never gave Kyle permission to make a lease, that the lease is all fake. And so what I did then was take Benjamin Potts' signature and compare it to the signature on the lease. And this is what really gets me about that. Now, I'm a ding-dong. I know nothing about signatures and comparing them, right? I know nothing about it. But the signature looks really accurate according to at least like 4 out of the people that I was talking to at that point. I'm like, you tell me, these two signatures next to each other, doesn't that look like his signature? And everybody's like, yeah. But what's weird is it almost looks like, you know, so would Kyle have had to forge his signature in order to file what he filed if it's fake? Yes. Will they be able to prove that? Oh, they'll be able to prove that easy peasy. Now, I'm trying to think if Potts claimed anything else. He claimed that Kyle lived with his mother, which then again, I don't know how Potts is going to say that, right? How does Potts know where Kyle lived, right? Only because he doesn't live in the same town as Kyle's mom. Is he saying, so what I would think he would have wrote down in court is, Kyle told me he was living with his mom, right? Because unless you're there with him, maybe he's going to testify that he visited Kyle or stayed with Kyle at the mom's house. I'm not sure. So we got everything on the table. Oh, no, there's one other thing. There's a screenshot. No, I wouldn't call it a screenshot. I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can tell me. There is a picture. There we go. That's a better way to say it. There's a picture of a cell phone. And it is the worst picture I've ever seen. It looks like somebody laid down a cell phone, then took another cell phone and took a picture of the cell phone with another cell phone. Because you can see the edges of the cell phone, you can see the top and bottom of the cell phone. But the weird thing is, it's not on a table, it's not on a piece of paper, it's literally a white screen surrounding the picture of the cell phone. It's definitely not a screenshot. And when you look at the screenshot, I tweeted a little part of it. It is really wacky. Now, here's the issue with the text message. So you would assume if Kyle was lying to Potts, and you would assume that if Potts and Kyle didn't live together at all, and that Potts or tell people that Kyle lied about the whole thing, you would assume he would have better evidence than this conversation. And what I mean by that is that, you know, you'd think he would have had his cell phone records showing Kyle on the dates in question saying, hey, I'm going to come from my mom's house to see you. Yo, I'm going back to my mom's house. That's not what that picture shows. That picture shows a couple months ago, Kyle was asking Potts to get a, to go to a notary and have some papers notarized. And Potts comes back and says, well, that's a lie. That would be perjury, something to that effect. You'd have to look at it yourself. I'm not going to be able to accurately represent it. I've had to take all this information in under like 15 minutes, okay? So Kyle comes back and says, never mind then, right? And then Potts goes, haha, you know? And it just seems really fucking weird to me. Why was Kyle asking him to notarize this shit a couple months ago? I'm sure there's a good reason. I'm just not thinking of it right now. But why would Kyle even ask Potts? Now, we know what happened in February, right? February is when Potts tagged Steve claiming that Kyle was squatting at his house. So, like, all of this, just, let me give you why I don't like certain parts of it, right? One, there is a lot of evidence that Potts sat on all of this information and then all of a sudden just happens to come out Sunday so that they could file on Wednesday night. And like I said a couple days ago, just to keep you updated on where I'm at in my head, I still think that it's not logical for Potts to come out Sunday. And to give, Sunday is the only day, like if he would have came out Thursday, Friday, whatever, right, and tagged Steve on Twitter then they would have had to have filed it earlier, and it would have given Scotty Forbes Lee time to respond. But it almost seems like it was so purposeful. Potts comes out on Sunday. They file Wednesday night. Scotty Forbes Lee has no time to do anything. The only thing Scotty Forbes Lee can do is call the bank in the morning. So here's my thought. Here's my thought. At this very moment, we aren't going to know if Kyle, the one thing they've got to try to show that Benjamin Potts is telling the truth, that he's not just lying on his ex. There is something there. I'm with everybody. And that is the bank statement, okay? And you would assume that Scotty Forbes Lee in the morning is going to call the bank and find out if Kyle forged the document or if Kyle did change his address back then. Because I have analyzed Kyle's document to see if there's telltale sign Photoshop manipulation. I didn't see anything myself, but I didn't do any advanced looking. I just did an initial look. Although one of the people in my Discord who is very tech savvy said that one of the R's might be of a different font. So I'm going to look into that because I'm going to show you literally everything so you can make up your own mind. But essentially, Scotty Forbes Lee will be able to answer the question, did Kyle knowingly and willingly fake bank records to attempt to fool the court? Or did Kyle, like, as someone in my Discord said, and no, do not take this as an excuse for Kyle, everybody just assumed that Kyle, you know, manipulated the records until some other evidence comes out. I'm telling you to do it. And the only other option is that Kyle changed his bank address online, and for some reason, when he took the screenshot, the bank itself hadn't updated. The bank would have to update to refresh the thingy, the barcode. It would have to generate a new barcode for the address Kyle Curtis updated. Now, if Kyle photoshopped it, that'd be easy for them to discover. And if Kyle did not update it and it was some weird fucking thing, it'll be easy to discover, right? And they'll be able to fact check to see whether Kyle fabricated, because some of you are thinking, well, there were other documents, right? And I'll hit the chat in just a minute. I'm trying to keep track of all of this information really fast before I go to scope. But anyway, where was I? Oh, so my point is, in the morning, you know, Scotty Forbes Lee making a phone call can kind of find out if Kyle forged documents or not, right? So you would think that they would have also shown how he forged the tax documents, that he would also show how he forged other documents, right? And you would think that Benjamin Potts would have contacted everybody sooner. And you would think that because Benjamin Potts has basically been helping Kyle do this since February, and just now comes out on the day that allows Stephen Ruhiff to be able to file perfectly so that Scotty Forbes Lee will not be able to prepare a rebuttal before the hearing. Got me? Now, why is that important? Why do I even bring it up? Because they should have filed, like, by all requirements, they have to file this kind of thing when they get the information. Because then it allows Scott Forbes Lee to be able, before the hearing, to contact the bank, contact whoever she has to contact to try to at least verify the tax papers. It allows her to talk to Kyle and even ask him, you got to be honest with me right now. What did you do? Tell me what you did so that we can do what we got to do here, right? It just seems like that entire thing has been ripped away from Scotty Forbes Lee, because basically tomorrow, Scotty goes to the office, and then when she gets off tomorrow, she's got to go in Friday morning to the hearing with all of this just dropped on her head. And I don't care how you feel when it comes to this one point. I mean, I care. I'm saying I have my opinion when it comes to this one point. So I'm just going to be straight up and tell you that I do believe that they filed this when they did, specifically for a reason, to do that to Scotty. Now, in my mind, there's only one question really after I realized that, and that is, why wouldn't you just do it by the books? Why would, if you know Kyle Curtis forged this shit, you could have filed it back when you got the info, because we can prove you got the info long ago. They at least got the info about these bank statements long ago. And how do I know that? Because like I said in the beginning of this scope, they had one of their peons in my live chat essentially claiming this about the bank statements a couple months ago, right? So we want to assume that one of his own sycophants isn't going to take him the information months ago. So my point is, this has nothing to do with the court. I don't update you about the court shit. That's not what I do when I talk about this stuff. You guys know that. I update you on the whole YouTube aspect of the whole thing. And essentially, we'll have to wait and see, because it's pretty cut and dry. There are two main groups of people right now on the internet after they look at these documents. Don't get mad at me when I tell you what side I'm on, because I just have to be honest with you, okay? So let me tell you where a lot of the people that I talk to are, and then I'll tell you where I am. It seems like there are at least a few people that believe that Benjamin Potts is lying. Though they do admit that it's possible that Kyle Curtis faked some documents, though they admit they don't have enough evidence to believe that yet. Luckily, that will be proven. That's easy to prove. There's another group of people who faked everything and that it's been exposed, right? Where do I sit? At this moment, and you're not going to like me, I do think Kyle faked some stuff. And I don't want Kyle to take that the wrong way, right? I meant what I said to him, where even if this is what I think right now, if it's true, Kyle, you know, you would just need to come and apologize to people and be real about things. I don't think he'll come talk until after this hearing. Let's hope that he doesn't disappear, because like I told you earlier on Periscope, that's what Ruhif said. This new information to force Kyle back into hiding, have Kyle go hide underneath a rock so that Steve can take non sequitur type thing, right? And where I sit is I do believe it's possible he faked some stuff. I'm going to withhold judgment at least until the hearing, so that we'll find out. Because I guarantee Scotty Forbes Lee, if she can figure out some of this stuff before Friday, will update us at the hearing. Now, did you notice what I just said? Right? That's a true statement, right? You all know that. It is a true statement that Scotty Forbes Lee is going to update us on Friday with whatever fact checking she can do. So yes, it does matter that these guys filed this Wednesday as late at night as they could, so that they could say to the judge, look, judge, we had it in 24 hours beforehand, and this is going to affect Scotty's ability to be able to fact check some of these claims. And it definitely robs Scotty of her ability to question Benjamin Potts. Now, this channel and Nate Brody's channel are the only channels that are going to tell you that Benjamin Potts in February tagged Steve McRae, and then after that happened is when the Kyle's going to jail narrative started. Kyle fake documents narrative started. You can believe that Benjamin Potts came out Sunday, but I will never believe that after seeing what I've seen, okay? So that is without some hard evidence. Does it change the way I feel about Kyle if he fakes some stuff? Of course not. Am I going to damn Kyle? Of course not. I just want Kyle to be honest with everybody. Listen, when Kyle came on the show, he told me and all of you that he was going to do everything in his power to, you know, do the right thing, right? Now, this is his test, in my opinion. This is his test, right? If he did mean what he said to all of us, he will stay in this court fight. He will be next to Scotty Forbes Lee, and he will, you know, continue to defend himself so that he has a fair shot in court. Now, if Kyle disappears, I think it answers our question on whether he's taking it seriously, right? And that's where I'm at right now. Now, this is an update. I haven't even had enough time to process the filing. You guys know it literally just updated. And also, I want to make sure that we kind of answer some of the weird questions that are going on. You know, give them time to see if, you know, literally if Kyle's going to admit that he forged documents, or if he straight up, you know, whether the bank statement thing is a technicality. Because he would have had to have forged the tax documents. Those tax documents are nowhere in there. There's no information on him forging the tax documents, and they haven't given us a method on how he forged the other ones. And I would just assume that that would be what they do. Because Kyle's not going to go to jail if you can't prove how he forged these documents, right? And they're saying that they have enough to put Kyle in jail. Okay, fine. Why didn't you put that in your court filing? Maybe they're going to file it later. You know, they like to do that kind of stuff. They like to only like file little bitty stuffs at a time. So who fucking knows, dude? Anyway, let me see what you guys got. If you have something, type it in the chat. And I'm going to go to Periscope in a little bit. Then I'll be on Rock-A-Lot in some form later tonight. Of course, tomorrow we're going to UNIRock 2. I'm probably going to do a whole upload and show everybody what happened with Kyle and discuss where we're all at. So let's see. All right. Les says, the auto sorting machines use alphanumeric recognition, barcodes, fluorescent dots, and eyes as a last resort. Exactly, and I have no clue how any of that works. Maybe I don't think it's in the filing, but then again, like I said, there might be more there than what I saw. I read through the affidavit from Potts. I had somebody tell me what was in the affidavit, the other one, whatever the hell it was, and then they filed something against the motion to strike. So I haven't even got to read the thing against the motion to strike. You know, I wanted to at least tell you guys, for those of you that are chilling and you have no way to know that this has been filed, I want to give you the initial bit of information. That way, if you want to keep your eyes out for things, you can, right? Yeah. Uni, if you damn fishy for faking screenshots, you got to be consistent with Kyle. Well, I will, Bunny, definitely. 100%. In fact, I've gone as far as before this stream to, you know, this stream, before I even went live here, because everybody in, you know, Nate can verify it. Nate was in there. Everybody in Discord can verify it. I was going to call Kyle out immediately I figured that since he faked them, we would be able to load it into Photoshop and very quickly bust him. You know, I figured that because I'd already looked at the documents. Now, of course, I know shit about barcodes, but I figured there would be artifacts, even if they're kind of hard to find. There should be artifacts where he pulled one layer of his address and then put it over the other layer to change the address. That's the actual process he will be damned. I will call him out on my channel. He's going to get a full expose for whatever he did, essentially. The problem is, in these court filings, I haven't seen a single bit to how he did this. And that's not really that hard to prove. If you've got him red-handed doing it, you should be able to find some extra evidence. If you recall, the minute that I found one of the old stories that we did, the minute we realized that certain screenshots were fake, we went in and reanalyzed all the screenshots and found other parts of some other screenshots that were obviously faked. And the reason is, it's a manual thing. You can load screenshots into a program and they can tell you where to look to see, like it'll try to detect where a fake screenshot has been faked at. Though, even after you do that, you got to use the human eye and compare it and to be able to show whether a screenshot is fake. So what I'm saying is it takes a person. It does take a lot of knowledge to be able to do it. So you would think that would be included in the filing, though I will bust Kyle myself if he faked them, and I will put it on my channel and call him out for it just as much as I called out Steve. So you have no worries there. All right. Why would anyone believe either Kyle or Steve? I don't think anybody does. The only thing I think people were doing was taking Kyle's evidence, just like we take Steve's evidence, and giving it credence as long as it can be verified in some way. You know, what did everybody say about Kyle's papers? You can even rewind my streams and listen. Everybody said that if anything ever came out to show that Kyle was fuckity with papers, we wouldn't believe him. We wouldn't make excuses for him, right? And that's not going to happen. So, you know, nobody believed Kyle or Steve. People just take what evidence they submitted and run it through the process of breaking it down logically and seeing where it lands. So I think it's best scenario, one of the two. I'll pick the one that doesn't live in a closet, just saying. Europe was advanced. Okay, skipping that one. Doesn't need to be, that's my thinking. Steve is a shitty person. Well, I think that Kyle, I want to hear from Kyle. And if Kyle won't talk to me because of this happening, then he deserves the same treatment that Steve deserves. Okay? In my opinion. And that's easy. You know, a lot of people act like this is the end of the world or something. It's really not. Everybody had to be on their toes the whole time. And unfortunately for Kyle, in my opinion, it would have been really hard if he did in the very beginning of the story fake some shit. It would have been a hard thing to do, which is to tell people and get it out in the open, right? But he didn't do it. If he did it, he didn't tell anyone, and now he should. So we got to give him that chance, and I think that'll really affect the way people look at him in the future, right? I get that, but is it convenient for them, or because of COVID, because that makes a difference? I don't know what you guys are talking about there. My bad. That's pretty bad. An ex-con forging docs and perjuring himself. True. Yeah, if he forged documents, I'm sure he's fucked, and that's what everybody said, you know. I'll say it now. I still think it would be one of the dumbest fucking things in history if Kyle forged documents. He didn't have to, right? And this is the non sequitur story, y'all. I mean, I told y'all it's a constant twists and constant turns. Now, the only thing that can save Kyle is whether he forged documents or not. And I have to go back in and go through every bit of these documents with a fine-tooth comb, these filed things. And I do think that it's on the burden of the other side to, inside these filings, prove to us that Kyle forged documents. So whatever their evidence is that Kyle forged documents, I'm going to give it to you on YouTube, on UNIRock too, to everybody, right? This story doesn't matter whether Steve is skeezing or whether Kyle starts skeezing. The story just needs to fucking end, and this whole thing needs to come to its conclusion, right? It's been needing to do that for a long time. If Kyle Curtis damns himself in the very end, that's on Kyle. I really would think he could have learned by now over the last few months that if he just does the right thing, then things happen, good things happen. This will teach him that lesson, right? He had this in the palm of his hands, and the only thing that's going to fuck him is whether he did forge documents. Now, the evidence they're using is barcodes, and asking professionals, the only way they can see Kyle didn't forge the documents is if he changed his address online. And it makes sense to me, but it's not enough for me to say, yeah, he didn't forge documents. I still think it's possible. Of course, it's going to be up to the other side with the burden of proof. I don't give a shit what Benjamin Potts says yet. I think Potts has, I know that not the court isn't going to know unless Scotty Forbes Lee brings it up. The court's not going to know that Benjamin Potts has already admitted Kyle was living with him, and it would have been around the time of service. You know, and I asked, one thing I wanted to ask Nate is, if Kyle forged bank statements, is it going to, you know, the entire case, does he lose the whole case doing this? So I don't know. Did anybody watch Nate? Did I say that right? Fuck, my God, I got a lot of comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to skip some comments. If you have a really good question or comment, you can... Wow. Yeah. Wow. I mean, shit, dude, this is probably the most exciting thing that could have happened. You know? It definitely is the non-sec case doing its thing, which is constant twists and turns. It kind of makes sense. They were vetting Potts and figured if Potts is telling the truth, then this stuff has to be fake. It does, but the thing that gets me there is that they knew this months ago. Why did they have some of their sycophants running around over the last few months? You can literally look this up. Why were they running around claiming that Kyle forged documents? If you watched any of my live streams, they would jump in and say that in my sidebar. And I think maybe twice. I think it might have even happened twice where I responded to it, but I saw it often. And I've talked about this before today, right? It's weird. It's just both sides now seem like they're just doing weird shit that's going to just fuck everything up over and over and over. So the judge is going to have to make the decision, who is fucked the least? You know what I'm saying? Like, dear fucking Lord. Either way, though, Kyle still should come on the show. Kyle needs to come on the show. I don't expect him to before Friday. I get it. He can't probably. His attorney's not going to let him. And either way, though, after Friday, I'm going to make a really hardcore attempt to get a hold of Kyle. Kyle, I'm not going to be a dick to you, bruh. You just need to talk to me. After Friday, hopefully he still shows up to watch the hearing with us on Friday, but I don't think he will now. I don't think he will. I don't think it means he's going to go underground, but I don't think he's going to show up. So, yeah. All right. I thought with civil court, the burden is on the defendant. Opposite than criminal. Could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know shit about the court system. I've been transparent about that from day one. So you'll have to ask the court. You have to ask the legal guys that question. Yeah. It's on the font with the barcode. What now? Hold on. I did say that earlier. There are people saying that there might be font issues with the address or with the barcode. I didn't see that yet, and that's why after I get off here, I'm going to make sure I have every single piece of information and give it to you in a live stream. But it's going to take me time to put the live stream together because I'm going to check this stuff before I go on. I would like to be able to give you an answer of some kind, okay? And then Friday, we all go on and talk about this on Nate's channel. And then this weekend, I can put together my final video. Same thing I've been telling you I was going to do for months. And then finally, we can be done with this horrible fucking story. I don't care about pots, says Bunny. Me either. If it was just pots, and that's why this is so fucking convenient. You know? I mean, honestly, if it's just the barcode and it's just pots, then we need to check it with the bank, right? You don't want to make assumptions. Though, if there's other information, and that's what I'm going to be looking for when I get off of this stream, if there's other information that might be able to answer the question for us whether he did forge things or not, or if it's inside the papers somewhere and I haven't seen it yet, then I'm going to come back online and I'm going to tell you. You'll get the answer one way or the other. Would the barcode have shown online? Normally when you pull an online bank statement, it shows the original document. Chimera, this is exactly what I mean. You know, that's exactly what I said. I didn't say it in that terms. What I said was, wouldn't you have, if you changed your address online, wouldn't the bank system itself have to update before it would change the barcodes? Right? That was my first question. Now, I'm not saying Kyle didn't do it. I don't even want people to have the assumption that I'm saying Kyle didn't do it. So I don't even want to go there. What I'll say to that point is simple. And it is that I'm going to go fact check whatever I can to try and roll out or to pin Kyle, whatever it takes, whatever's true, and then give it to you so that, you know, as quickly as possible, we know. I don't want to have to wait anymore. There might be one good thing that comes from this. And the one good thing could be that in the very end of this story, you know, we won't have years of waiting now for anything. For all we know, the judge is going to throw the case out, lock Kyle in jail, and this case is going to be over, right? Kyle's going to have criminal charges pressed for forging documents or whatever the fuck happened, and it's over. But there's no way to determine that right now. I know there are a lot of people out there running around screaming about how Steve's proven that Kyle faked documents. I don't think he has, personally. I think he will be able to if Kyle did. And that's the last point. But I'm going to give you my last point after I get... Oh my God, I've got 100 more comments. Guys, I'm going to try to stay at the bottom of the comments. I'm sorry. Uni, I'm sorry. I know you all were friends. This has to suck more for you. Not really. I know people think I'm just, you know, believing everything that comes out of Kyle's mouth. Just like people thought I was believing everything that came out of Steve's mouth. Just like people thought, you know, I believe everything that comes out of Katie's mouth about every ordeal. It's just not true. If that's the case, then I wouldn't change my mind when the evidence presents itself. I 100% have made sure to tell you guys this whole time that whatever happens, if something comes out and exposes Kyle for something, you're going to hear it from me first. I'm going to be uploading videos and telling people what happened, you know, like, it doesn't mean that I'm going to hate Kyle Curtis. I don't even hate Steve McRae. I've said it a million times, right? I don't know, what was it, a week ago? You can find the Periscope where I said, if Steve McRae came out and just apologized, this whole thing would be 100 times, you know, better than it is, right? I think that's the main thing. Now, Kyle, if he forged these, he not only made the mistake of forging them to the court, but not telling people, not trying to fix it, not doing the right thing before some big thing comes out. Only thing I'll say to you guys, in the same way that I would tell you, remember when I got the Leslie Bass email and I had started to realize it was fake, and I told you guys, give me time, we have to fact check it, we have to, we have to be sure. And I spent, I don't know, days making sure that everything I had was rock solid, right? That's the same thing I'm going to tell you now, right? And I'll tell you why as soon as I try to get through some of the comments. I'm just going to read the ones where you tag me or any others that pop out. So, Di says, I can see the new evidence being dismissed or the case being adjourned pending investigation to the allegations of fraud are investigated. I could see that, yeah. To be fair, how could he tell people that? Well, I know it sounds crazy, and you're right. Though, I mean, he should have told Scotty Forbes Lee, right? And went into court and said, Your Honor, when I first started, this is just saying that Kyle forged something. If he did. Right now, I'm 50-50 until I see evidence, okay? But he should have went into Scotty Forbes Lee, went and talked to the judge and said, listen, Your Honor, I'm going to be honest. When this case started, I didn't have a lawyer. I didn't even think I could get one. And I knew that he had served me improperly. And I was just stupid and I forged my bank statement. I don't think anybody would ever do that. I don't think anybody would ever be honest to that degree. Right? Because so many people would try to bank on the fact that no one will ever notice and it'll just go away. Right? But one thing's for sure. This whole thing with Benjamin Potts is too fucking convenient. Stephen Ruhiff did contact Benjamin Potts, and Benjamin Potts is also lying. Okay? Whether or not you agree with me, this is my opinion, but Benjamin Potts is also lying. So if they are just trying to play some game with the documents so that it will go along with what Benjamin Potts is saying so that they have something to make the judge post, it'll probably get realized and thrown out. Just as much as I know for a fact that if Kyle Curtis faked any of his documents, it's going to be found out and it's going to be proven. So both sides, have that going for them right now. And the only one that's going to answer that for us is Scotty Forbes Lee. She's going to get a hold of this bank and take care of it, unless some other piece of evidence is there to show that Kyle faked documents. Now, I haven't seen it. I don't think any of you have. I don't think it's in the papers. This is one thing I expected that to be there. I expected there to be how he faked these documents. Because the other part of it is the kid's signature got faked. And I don't even know if I believe that yet. I'm willing to believe it, but all of this is just pending further investigation. Di, you are 100% correct. One of my banks is a major bank, and the other is a small one that some consider closer to a credit union. It's still a bank, though? Okay. Lee New says, it feels very much like a game. I just don't think Kyle would risk his freedom. I don't either, but yes, I agree, but people have done stranger things in this story. People have done stranger things. Again, anybody who said that this story shouldn't be covered is a fucking idiot. Yeah, Nate the lawyer and UNIRock are stupid for covering this story. Oh yeah? You're eating your words now. Because this story is fucking insane. It is proven now to be more twists and turns than the best reality TV show or the best Jerry Springer broadcast. This trumps all of that, by leaps and bounds. That's just for sure. Oh, Christine says, I'm not buying this. It's just another narrative. Well, you could be right. And that's the problem. When people get up there and they start lying their ass off constantly, you're going to feel that way. Because basically if this is true, then Stephen Ruhiff just sat there and did nothing, and then 2 days before the hearing had a bombshell dropped in their lap. Even though there's a shit ton of evidence that they've known about all of this before now, somehow this thing just, I really do, you guys already know what I think. I think that they knew about some of this stuff ahead of time. And I'm not saying they knew that he forged documents. I think they knew that there was an issue with the barcode. I don't think that they even know if he forged documents yet, because it would have been in the filing. It would have been in the hearing. They could have fucked Kyle with that information, right? So I think that then, yeah, you can actually change some minds, especially in the public eye. It's just not going to ever take away what Steve's done. It's never, people are never going to fucking like forget what McRae's done. Oh my God, how do I have this many comments? I got to shut up and read them. I'm sorry. But if his bank uses intelligent mail, it will have the barcoding. When they update an address, the barcode will update. Yes, August, exactly. Yes. And that's the question. When Kyle Curtis update, maybe we can get somebody to test tomorrow, right? We need somebody to update their address at their bank. Take a screenshot before you update your address online. Now do it after hours. So after hours, take a screenshot of your address. Don't ever show it to anybody. Take a screenshot of the goddamn barcode. Just don't show it to anybody. Then update your address and take another screenshot of the barcode. Make sure when you update, no, I wouldn't tell you to do that because then you're going to have to update it to a weird address. What we need to know is that when you first go in and update your address at your bank, and if you were going to take a screenshot right after, is there a possibility that the address would update before the barcode would update? You know, that's the question. You know, I mean, that's all it is. And Kyle doesn't even need that. Or you could say Steve doesn't, because if he did Photoshop these images, then it'll be exposed easily. The one thing you can all rest assured of is if Kyle Curtis Photoshopped these images, it is going to be obvious. Easily obvious. Maybe it's time to drop interest in non-sec and move on, Uni. If Steve has NPD, then it's possible that like attracts like. Well, Wolf, that's the whole plan. This whole thing, if you hadn't caught any of my recent streams, I've been telling everybody that this Friday is it. Regardless if this hearing gets pushed back, regardless if the hearing gets canceled, that this weekend is it. You can go back and hear, and any of the times on Periscope I've talked about this, any of my live streams talking about this. This hearing was my exit. You know, I do think, regardless of what's happening in the entire online presence, you know, and it's good for them if they do something like this. And it's bad for them when people lose interest in the case. And because of that, I said this Friday I initially said the default. Initially, I said when they handle the default, I'm out of this. But that could still be months away. And so I've been telling everybody for over a month at least. I don't even know when this shit got scheduled for the hearing, and when they were talking about all this, that I said when they handle the issue of service, I'm out. And I'm holding to that 100%. I said envelope, I'm at the window. Oh, I get it, you be. Yeah, I assumed that. Someone loves to play last minute Hail Marys. I'm not convinced yet, says Girl Frogs Jules. I'm not either. I'm 50-50 right now. Yeah, I am completely open-minded that Kyle did this. And I am completely open-minded that Steve and Ruhiff are just creating the appearance of this happening so that they can get some time. I'm open-minded to both sides. Linda says, I don't trust Steve nor Ruhiff. They'll do anything to get it their way. And I don't like that Nate... Listen, let me say this about Nate. I'm not defending Nate. Every YouTuber I defend ends up like violently attacking me. Digitally, of course. But I don't think Nate would ever do that. But I say the same thing before someone does that anyway. But no, Nate's cool. Nate knew Ruhiff for a while in the debunking community. So Nate's just giving you his opinion based off of his past interactions with Ruhiff is all. And Nate did admit that when he said that, he did admit that he doesn't know how Ruhiff is. He doesn't know him well enough to know how Ruhiff is. Nate admitted that, okay? So I think Nate was just being honest, and we should never, you know, I don't think we should ever try to penalize somebody for being honest, due to the fact that then people are just going to lie. All right. I personally am dealing with post office issues with an address we have had for almost 20 years. I've had 3 things sent back as undeliverable, even though it is right. Things can happen. It's true. Di says, no matter what the outcome, Silverfish is still an R apologist and a sexual harasser. Di, I completely agree. The issue is that if this is true, then Kyle Curtis lied to us on some things that were pretty massive, right? I think this is my problem. I'll get to it. I'm almost done. I'm getting to the bottom of this. If you disagree with me in some way, make sure you tag me and, you know, talk to me. I'm not squashing any comments here, as you can see. I'm not even at the bottom of the comments. I can't even get there. Oh, somebody got banned. So much butthurt in the chat. Guys, Dr. Zeus. He's one of those Steve Sicko fans. Yeah. It's a weird system in the U.S. In Denmark, we only change our address in one place. Then it's changed everywhere else a couple days later. God, I wish it was that way. Most of Steve's posse has a disability or mental illness and living on poverty line. Why doesn't Ruhif spend his money on them, says April. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe, but, you know, we'll get our answers hopefully on Friday, says Randy. I agree, Randy. I agree. They have had this information. How come they have not tried to verify it with the bank at Rock-A-Lot? Christina, you're speaking too much logic. You got to be careful doing that right now, because if you speak logic, people are going to say that you're butthurt or that, you know, you're lying or something. You don't want to speak that much logic right now, Christina. You know. Bunny says it could be because they know Nate will always cop to the truth of the matter in an objective way. Yeah, he's definitely good at that. But Sean Pufford said that you were going to turn on Nate in this stream because he didn't back Kyle. Well, I'm not backing Kyle either. But though, that sounds like something Pufford would say. Let's see here. Oh my God, am I at the bottom? He bet other people's money that he would, lol. The guy will have to do a GoFundMe to pay off bets. True. Dr. Gaius says, Uni is butthurt. You caught me, my guy. Linda says, our system is connected here. If I move, everything will change. I automatically get a new healthcare card, etc. You're lucky. Trio says, I completely think Steve has fabricated this forgery in some way, because they just need his ex to lie to get the channel back. So what you got to do is find out what they are promising him. August says that my butt doesn't hurt. Well, they're obsessed with butts. You can't blame them for saying that a lot. As soon as I saw the analysis, I was wondering why they didn't subpoena the bank. Would have been easy. Well, I think that Scotty Forbes Lee is going to do that tomorrow, you know. Okay. Christina says, Dr. Zaus, because Ruif said this was coming a while ago in the tweets back in February to Steve McRae. And we have Potts verifying it is his Twitters that said it. Yeah, true, Christina, but again, you're making too much sense. It's too early. You've got to let these guys run around and experience their victory before you start making sense. At least you got to give them a couple hours, you know? Han said, Steve could not validate Kyle's address unless he had a court order. Lisa says, nobody's butthurt, not my lawsuit. Very true. Very true. Chimera says, could have requested a subpoena before the hearing, but purposely didn't. Yeah, you know what I think might happen, Chimera? I think the judge is smart. If the judge is very smart, he's going to realize that Stephen Ruhif gamed the court in the way they handled this, and he's going to realize that Kyle Curtis might have forged some stuff and order an investigation. So then I think it'll determine on whether it gets dismissed if the judge sees evidence that these guys knew about this beforehand and didn't file it until now. Then he's probably going to throw this out with prejudice regardless. And then he's going to try to find out whether Kyle forged things. And if Kyle did, he will charge Kyle. And if Kyle didn't, he won't, right? I hope that's what happens personally. if you want to know where I stand, essentially that is, but anyway. All right, I think I'm on, oh my God, I'm not at the bottom yet. I'm talking too much. This smells very fishy. It always does. BM was doing his touchdown run in here earlier. I got a few many good questions about the recent filings, so he left. BM? Who are you talking about? BM? BM. Oh my God, this chat is popping. All right, guys, sorry. I'm done with the chat. I'm at the bottom. I've read every good one. I've read every bad one. So I've read, oh, BM Furball was in here? Oh, what a poor, poor guy. Poor BM Furball. He's trying so hard now. Trying, buddy. You'll get it one day. We have to wait on the judge, and it's ironic Steve doesn't want that just yet. Okay, so here's where I sit. Let me sum things up. Like I said, I'm going to be going to Periscope later, and we'll be doing a full-on stream on UNIRock 2, giving everybody what happened once I have time to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. But here we go. So as you know, Potts came out on Sunday and tagged Steve to make it look publicly like he hadn't been talking to him behind the scenes. And if you didn't know, the entire narrative about Kyle going to jail and his documents being forged, well, this narrative came from Potts. And as you know, if you've watched any of these streams or Twitter, you know that the narrative started a couple months ago at least. So at least Potts came out to Steve and Ruhiff a couple months ago and gave them basically all of his claims. And they did sit on it. You know that if you followed this. It's provable. It's easy to prove. I did a video 2 nights ago that shows them admitting that a couple days before the hearing, they're going to come out and file stuff that proves that Kyle was living with his mother. And the only thing that proves that is Potts. That's it. The other filing didn't even come close to barely proving it. Didn't prove shit. So, essentially, Kyle Curtis now is going to have to go through the ringer to see if he did forge documents. So what does that bank off of? For those of you out there who think it's very strange all of this is happening 2 days before the hearing, those of you that are skeptical and want to see evidence, all of this hinges on barcodes, okay? As it sits now, if this gets updated, I will get right back here to update you. But from my initial reading and discussion with everybody, all of this hinges, Kyle turned in pictures of his bank statements, and it had the new address on it. He also turned in tax documents that had the new address on it. And don't forget, really what this is, people, if you want to believe that Kyle wasn't living with Potts, right now it's Kyle's mother versus Potts. Kyle's mother's testimony versus Potts' testimony. That's what this is right now. Kyle's mother has a sworn affidavit that Kyle was not living with her. Potts has a sworn affidavit that Kyle was living with her. That's what's going on right now. So the evidence that they filed next to Potts to make sure that Potts would be heard, that people wouldn't just wipe it off the table, is that when Kyle changed his address on his bank statements only, there was a barcode at the top. And it is not Kyle's entire address or anything like that that shows when you decipher that barcode. The only thing that is there if you decipher the barcode is a zip code. The zip code does not show the new address. The zip code shows the mother's address. So what Steve and Ruhiff are doing are taking Benjamin Potts' testimony and combining that with the fact that the barcode has a zip code of the old address to say that Kyle Curtis forged everything. And you'll say, well, is that what's his fuck said? Is that what Potts said? Yes, Potts literally testified that Kyle was living with his mother. My first response is, how does Potts testify that? Was he with Kyle at the mother's house? How do you testify that you know for a fact? Because I've said it the whole time, Kyle wouldn't tell Potts that he's going to fuck another guy. Like, let's say that Potts and Kyle got in a fight and Kyle leaves. Is he going to tell Potts, I'm going to my mom's? Or is he going to tell Potts, I'm going to go bang my other boyfriend or my ex-boyfriend, right? You know, Kyle didn't have to go home. But then again, if Kyle did forge documents, it doesn't matter. Potts can lie through his teeth. And if it turns out that Kyle forged documents, then everybody's going to be focused on that. They're not going to get shit Potts lied, right? People are going to say, fuck it, dude. Kyle forged a document. Who gives a fuck if Potts telling the truth or lying? Who gives a fuck if Kyle really wasn't served properly or not, and whether he was at his mom's? Because again, that all kind of folds. Right now, I am more inclined to believe that Kyle did forge some stuff. And I will withhold complete judgment until we see this hearing on Friday, because I think that if Scotty Forbes Lee can call the bank or do some testing of her own or try to research what's going on with this, she will come out and either admit that Kyle did this to the judge Friday, or she's going to have a defense for Kyle. She's going to give us she's going to give us the truth no matter what. Scotty Forbes Lee is not going to chance her entire legal career and go to jail herself just to lie for Kyle, okay? So if Kyle filed documents that break her and tell the judge. So Friday, you're going to know. So my side is that I will criticize Kyle tonight. I will tell Kyle that he better not disappear. Get back here after Friday. He better talk to us. He better stay. Even if he can't go online, he can just come talk to me. Like if Scotty says these guys are playing too dirty, you're not going back on any shows, at least he can come talk to me and I can kind of like update you on how he's doing, right? But Friday, I will be on Nate's show, Nate the lawyer, and we will 100%, I think, know the truth after Friday. And I don't think we're going to know. What I mean by that is, and this is an assumption, I know nothing about the law. This is my disclaimer for those of you who don't watch me regularly. I always give this disclaimer when talking about legal shit because I don't know shit about legal shit. I'm a YouTuber. I was an Army soldier. Now I'm a YouTuber. I don't know shit about that shit. Anyway, my point is, Scotty Forbes Lee, I think, let's say that there's something that happened with that's explainable from Kyle's side with the bank statement. We'll know that by Friday, personally. Though I'm going to tell you straight out, even though Sean Pufford isn't going to like it, I am, convinced that Kyle probably faked some stuff. I will change that statement if there's any evidence to the contrary, and I'll let you know immediately. And if Kyle is proven to have done this, because he's not proven to have done this yet. If he is proven to have done this, yes, it's going to be on UNIRock 2. I'm going to tell everybody, and I'm going to blast Kyle just like I blasted Steve. You have nothing to worry about. Regardless, I'm here to tell you what's going on with this story. I could give a shit less whether Steve's ahead, whether Kyle's ahead. And you can rewind back to when we all thought that Kyle Curtis was gone forever, and when Steve McRae looked like his default judgment was going to carry him home. And you can hear me tell you that it looks like Steve McRae is going to win this because Kyle's not coming out. So you're going to get it from me regardless. So just be ready. And my point is, in the same thing I've always said to Steve McRae, as I said earlier in this scope, I'm going to repeat it. I said this just days ago on Periscope. I said that if Steve McRae was willing to come out, tell the truth, make it up to people, everybody would be cool. People may not like it, but they'd at least be cool with it. And that's the same thing. That same type of thing goes for Kyle. The whole idea is people mess up, people do dumb shit, people do evil shit. I think the thing that matters is whether they come out and admit it and, you know, try to make up for it, try to do better, or not. So let's hope Kyle, whatever he did wrong, let's hope he just stays on the up and up and pushes through it. This isn't the end of the world. And if Kyle thinks that it is the end of the world, I would offer him to remember at one point he had a default judgment and Steve McRae had told everybody 5 times that he'd won. You know? So, you know, we'll find out soon. We'll know. I do want to say this. I think it's dirty as fuck, regardless, that these guys approached Kyle's ex and did whatever it is that they did. That whatever they said to Kyle's ex to get him to come out and do this, I think it's abhorrent. I will say this too. I also think it's abhorrent that these guys had this information for so long on both POTS and whatever else they're claiming. You know what I think? I think it's 2 ways. And it's abhorrent if Kyle faked it. He gets the full blame if he did. Got me? But you know why? If it is the other way, So I'm saying in the possibility that Kyle didn't fake this, I think that it's abhorrent for Steve and Ruhith. I think that if they would have had to find the bank issue and then say to themselves, oh, but if we bring this out now, Scotty Forbes Lee is going to determine that it's not fake, that it's a technical thing. You know, because we know they knew this. They've had their little things going around in live chats chirping this shit for a while, right? I'm saying, did they withhold POTS? And did they withhold the other information because they know there's an easy debunk for both of these things? You get what I'm saying? So what do I mean by that? I'm saying that if Kyle didn't forge this stuff, and I already told you, I believe he probably did, and we'll know Friday for the most part, I think. But if Kyle didn't forge this stuff, then we already know there is a thing that caused Ruhith and Steve to withhold filing this in the court. What could that possibly be? Why would they chance this shit getting, like, them getting in trouble for holding evidence, which they did obviously do? If Scotty Forbes Lee is smart, she's definitely going to just look into the couple little things out there that prove that Ruhith and Steve had this information for months. And she's going to turn it into the judge, and she's going to petition the judge that these guys were engaging in gamesmanship to get their case thrown out with prejudice. But that's if Scotty Forbes Lee is smart. I think she is smart. We'll have to wait and see. I think, though, that if Kyle didn't forge this stuff, they're basically saving these 2 things as Hail Marys to file just in case they felt like they were going to lose. And I think that after reading Scotty Forbes Lee's filings, they did think they were going to lose, and that maybe they pulled these out to try to save their asses, try to give them more time. But that's only if Kyle didn't forge anything. So we're going to have to wait and see what unfolds, right? So I will be on Scope as soon as I get done chilling in Discord. I'll tell you what, I'll be nice. I'll try to I'll skim the bottom of the chat for a second before I go, because I want to see what you guys are saying, honestly. Great lawyer move for Steve's lawyer. It would be if it wasn't, like, against the rules of the court. You know, because they're not allowed to withhold evidence to deprive the other side time to draft a rebuttal. Like, let's just pretend a month ago they heard about POTS. We know they knew about POTS way earlier than a month ago, but let's say a month ago is when they learned about POTS. They are required to get that shit into the court immediately so that Kyle's attorney has a chance to do something about it. So they're kind of rolling the dice, in my opinion, by holding all of this for that long. But Busy's Beer Fund, welcome. Please don't bring too much attention to yourself. Busy's Beer Fund is a funny account. Uni, What are you talking about right now? I don't understand this rhetoric, says Busy's Beer Fund. It's because you've been drinking too much of Busy's beer and not giving it to him, Busy's Beer Fund. Please STF you, thanks. And then with this little heart. All right. Even Kyle did forge, even if he forged the statements, they should have been analyzed by now. I think you're on to something, Boots Mama. T News Network says, Busy's Beer Fund, can we split a bucket? I don't think Busy's Beer Fund is allowed to give other people beer, though. That kind of defeats the Busy's part, because if Busy's Beer Fund does that, he has to change his name to whoever he splits beer with, so, you know. Uni, you sound sad. Sorry, Busy's Beer Fund, I'm not sad. At least I don't get booted here. Well, as long as you follow the rules of the chat, you're not going to get booted. I don't want to give them a warning, but they are missing a huge component for this to make a difference, says BTU. Well, just tell me about it. There's no reason to hold anything now. The hearing's just in a couple days. Drop it for me. Hit it. Busy is only here when I'm streaming, so he probably, since I'm on mobile, he doesn't know. Busy's Beer Fund, though, you will get kicked if you keep bringing up certain people. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, dude. You gotta watch it. They might hit you if you keep bringing him up. Case you like to know. Chai like kite, mare like air, and like duck. Kai Mara. I don't know. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I'm saying? Like way when I was younger. And I love online role-playing games. And I've always called him a chimera. That's just how I always pronounced it. So I can try to use chimera, but I'm going to tell you, I might, when I'm not thinking about pronunciation, I might revert back just because I've been doing it my whole life. So I'll try. That's all I can do. In line with procedure, says B to you. Well, I'm not smart on this, so. At Busy Beer Fund tags himself and says, fake simp, beep, beep. I don't know what that means, but it was funny. So there's been no discovery because Kyle never appeared, says T News Network. What now? I don't know how that makes sense. Kyle has appeared with his lawyer. He's been filing things for months now, so. I'm flat-breaded, some simp impersonating me, says Busy's Beer Fund. Oh, there's the real Busy's Beer Fund. Hey, what's up, dude? That's why you sounded so funky. So, mods, kick the fake Busy's Beer Fund for me, please. Can I get a mod to kick the fake one? Now, both of you are now going to have to fight and point fingers at who the real one is. I knew it. I knew it, dude. Is Rock a lot lost in the forest? Brainy, I always stream in the woods at night, dude. You didn't know that? Chimera says, people have messed up my name all my life, so it's only fitting that you added something special to this one. Oh, thank you. Beep Bop, no. Oh, Leroy got him. Oh, damn, I thought he was gonna make it. I thought he was gonna make it, man. Damn. Just change it up, Busy's Beer Fund impersonator. Just make your account Busy's Crack Fund. I don't know. He has to have a crack fund and a beer fund, right? Just be Busy's Crack Fund. It's almost the same. That was pretty awesome. Trolls spitting narrative in here, says Lisa. I don't see it yet, but it could be. I could just be missing it. You know, that's what trolls do, man. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the chat. This is your last chance. I will be back, though. Like I said, I'm at least going to Periscope tonight. Oh my God, have I been streaming over an hour? Jesus Christ. Be the Crack Fund. Busy needs crack. He does. He definitely does. Busy is only fun and crazy when he's cracked out. So, you know. I would have thought Scotty would have verified the documents before she submitted them, but yeah, I have that thought myself. You know, there's just too much right now. Bullet says Tarkov. Guess what, Bullet? I've been playing Tarkov today to get warmed up to play it on stream, dude. We're going to be hitting it. We're going to be hitting some Tarkov, bro. Remember, this weekend is when this entire shit ends. It's when I put out my final Truth of Non Sequitur documentary. So this is the most fitting thing that could ever happen, you know, to find out the truth on whether Kyle did fake this stuff or not is the end of my documentary on non-sec. So it'll be perfect. He submitted them before he hired her. Yeah, but then he had to refile certain ones. Like he had to refile certain, the original filings that he turned in were thrown out because they weren't done properly. Then they took certain pieces of it and refiled it. I have no clue which ones they refiled, so I'm not going to attempt to tell you, but. Chimera says docs were submitted in Feb or March, although I still lean towards real. Yeah, I don't know yet, you know. If there is hard evidence Kyle faked the stuff, that's when I'm going to hit the YouTube line with the evidence and give it to you. Hopefully we'll have it tonight if he did it. And hopefully by Friday we'll have Scotty Forbes Lee response. You know, that'll be it. There it is. I don't think so. I don't think so because I don't know. We are being restreamed, so I'm going to throw out your PayPal. Oh, I'm getting off here anyway. So yeah, thanks Navy. I might as well, since we're being restreamed. Hey guys, hit my PayPal. PayPal.me/UNIRock. It'll oh my God, OMBG, BTU, Agrippa is accomplice? No, I don't think he would be. So look, Agrippa just helped Kyle draft those financial documents. The financial documents aren't considered to be fake or fraudulent. The only question is to whether Kyle faked the bank statements. That's all it is. And just so everybody knows, all that depends on is the barcode. Above the address, there's this barcode, right? And if it's fake, then Kyle must have forged it, and they're going to have to prove how he forged it, right? And once they do that, then everybody will know the truth. Right now, they're just, basically right now, they filed and said, yo, this barcode thing is fucked up in Kyle's shit. Basically, that's what they filed just now. They didn't tell you how he did anything or conclusively that he did. They're just saying it is. And then they combine that with, what's his name's testimony or whatever the fuck you call it, right? We played D&D while in Desert Storm, says Chaz. Oh, hell yeah, bro. We never did in Iraq. We played dominoes more than anything. I know it sounds crazy, but one of my buddies was just hardcore into dominoes because of where he was from. And this dude could know what domino you had in your hand and tell you. And he'd be like, okay, I'm taking that. And I'd be like, how do you know what domino I have? It was the craziest thing. Any lawyer would get them from the bank, says Christine. Not Rob. When were the text exchange? Oh, yeah, there's a text. I don't even trust that. That whole text message thing doesn't even matter. So the text message basically has Kyle saying, yo, buddy, we're going to go get these documents stamped. What's it called? And the dude, Benjamin, was like, so Kyle messaged him a couple months ago and said, yo, we're going to have to get these documents, you know, verified, you know, stamped. What's the fucking stamper called, y'all? Somebody type it. Notarized. Thank you, Exiled. And so then the dude wrote back and said, well, that's perjury. And Kyle said, no, it's not. And the dude said, yeah, because you didn't live with me or pay rent. And then put a laughing face emoji. And Kyle said, whatever. And then the dude said, ha ha. Now, when I looked at that conversation, those text messages, I was like, they're really going to submit this? Because, so basically, you're telling me that Kyle and this guy, like Kyle forged the documents, then Kyle text messaged the documents of the guy who he forged and says, yo, we got to get these things signed. And his response is, haha, lol, laughy emoji. You know what I'm saying? Like, something funny's going on there. Like, I'm just going to ignore that text message shit because it's just so bad. But also because Kyle says, I need you to sign an affidavit you lived with me, or I lived with you from December until, I don't know if he said from December until March or December until February. Now, if you know, Kyle got served in June. So that text message does not say anything about what happened whatsoever. All it is it's put in there because, I guess because Benjamin says, yeah, I even told Kyle in a text message once that he was perjuring me or something, right? That's all that text message is for. The text message doesn't even make sense. And if you look at the top of the text message, there's a huge black chunk. And then below the black chunk is the first bubble on the left. And that bubble is an extra 2 pixels higher than the bubble on the right. Because on an iPhone, all the bubbles, what happened, I'm not saying that that's faked. The picture of the cell phone is faked. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's something wrong with it. And because of the context of what is said in that picture, it doesn't even relate to the court case. To me, it seems like this dude's like, ha, I'm trolling you, lol, laughy face. Because if somebody said to me, like, let's pretend that somebody's forging documents with my name on it, and they message me and say, yo, we're going to go get these forged documents notarized, right? I'm going to say a lot more to them than just, that was perjury, lol, or laughy face emoji, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like, I'm going to turn you into the cops if you really did forge a document with my name on it, dude. Like, I'm not going to let you drag me into this, you know? Anything like that, definitely not going to laugh out loud and ha and laughy emoji. So God only fucking knows what's going on with that shit, dude. Wouldn't that be convenient if the person that actually asked Kyle to help him hide his income was able to get Kyle's new enemy to pretend Kyle tried to forge something? Yeah, it would be, but God, like right now, nobody knows. I need more time. I'm going to go look at this stuff again. I'm going to talk to my peeps in Discord. I'm going to come back to Periscope later. I'm going to tell you guys what my new discoveries are. I have the intent of live streaming on YouTube, but then again, I'm going to take as much time as I need. So if it's too late, you might not see me on YouTube till tomorrow. Definitely going to be on YouTube tomorrow, and then I'm going to be on Nate Brody's show Friday. Okay. As discovery is only during a trial. Kyle never appeared until after the default. Well, that's a good, yeah, that's true. Yeah. True. But with Kyle appearing, then, you know, with the issue of service handled, then they, like I've always said, Steve and Ruhif could have no problem with Kyle defending himself, especially if their evidence is solid and all that. And I just feel like Kyle should have his day in court with this issue, unless unless he's forging documents. You got me? So we're going to find out. I would say Friday will be the definitive day. Let's hope. Let's hope Scotty Forbes Lee actually addresses this shit Friday. Yeah, so I'll see you guys then. Is that Brainy Beaver? August, does Rock-A-Lot know? What is it? Do I know what? Apparently Reds is interviewing him August. Discovery is only... Brainy Beaver, you can check out Nate's last vid. It covers really quick what's going on. And then Brainy says, so apparently Reds is interviewing him. Yeah, that's really weird, because I asked, for any of you guys out there, I asked Benjamin to come on my show. And if he didn't want to come on my show, to at least come talk to me, right? Remember when he first came out, and I knew that when I first knew that he tagged me in February, I said, dude, you should, talk to me. Mark Smith says, do you think in your attempts to get Steve, you sucked up to Kyle too much? Oh, no, I didn't make any attempts to get Steve. Steve got himself, but thanks for the $5, Mark. About Reds interviewing Potts or something. I think that says a lot for Potts if he does interview Reds but refuse to come here for an interview. I think that says a lot. I think Potts should be willing to talk on both sides. But that makes sense. That's what Reds likes to do. He likes to play the the game of character assassination, lies, and he is the type of person that would want to interview somebody's ex. Reds is definitely that type of person, you know. So, loving the crickets in the background. They're loud. Like, I sometimes forget how loud they are until I hear like a replay of my stream. They are loud. It actually sounds cool. I'm not convinced of anything until they show us that they analyzed things and know it was faked. Well, I'm the same way, though I am realistic enough to say that it does seem like Kyle did this. I'm on the side that Kyle did this right now. I do want Kyle to know I'm not damning him, and I'm open-minded to know that he didn't, but I am going to need him to come talk to me. He should be talking to me after this hearing and explaining things. If he's going to, of course, hold the stance that he didn't do this, then he needs to come talk to me, right? And it would make perfect sense. Brainy, you're funny, dude. It makes perfect sense that Red is doing what he's doing to Kyle. Their whole intent is to just embarrass him, to put him down, to shame him, and then to take his YouTube channel from him. That's what they want to do to him. It's pure evil, really. Because I don't think that Kyle Curtis is doing that to Steve McRae. If Steve McRae had evidence that they had a partnership, he would have shown it. And we all know that Steve didn't. So I'm still staying where I am with non sequitur, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to not call out Kyle if he did something fucked up here, right? So yeah. I can't wait until Friday. Geesh. They're not going to push the date, are they? I'll be disappointed for real. I think that's what Ruhif and Steve are going for. They want to push the date back for this hearing. So I wouldn't hold your breath because they just might be trying to do that. Steve really does need to win by default. He wouldn't otherwise. That's true, Exiled. It's true. And it's kind of dubious, really, isn't it? Like, I could only imagine what Reds is going to try to pry a guy for. He was with them for like a year. And even Potts admitted that they both told each other they loved each other. And it's just sick to me to think that they're going to let those guys interview Potts, because now they're going to try. What they're going to try to do is basically assassinate Kyle in the terms of the law. And then now they're going to try to assassinate him in the court of public opinion. Then they're going to try to get the YouTube channel from him. And then they're going to go to the YouTube channel and try to gloat it up and all. And, you know, it's still not going to save Steve's YouTube career. So I don't know why he's doing this. But I guess Steve thinks that if he gets back on non-sec, it'll undo everything that happened or something. Like, he's going to have a ban button, though. So he'll have to employ a horribly high ban button on non sequitur, that's for sure. Randall says, don't know the drama, but I'm in the same town as you, Uni. We run into each other at the local gas station here. Won't mention those whereabouts. Uni is legit as cool in real life as on here. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I think I don't know if I know you or not, bruh, but I appreciate you. Steve's stink is in perpetuity. Well, I mean, like, I guess if Red's Rhetoric can interview, you know, if he can interview Potts and not pry into their relationship, but just get information out of him, that'd be one thing. But you know why Reds is going to interview Potts. He's going to do it to shame Kyle, to put him down. I mean, that's all Reds ever does to Kyle. And I don't get it, because Kyle wouldn't even be where he's at without, Reds wouldn't be where he's at without Kyle. So, do you still believe they shot up his house? I never said that I did believe he shot up his house. Sorry, Mark, you got to go, bro. I used to like Reds until I decided to back Huff up on lying about me and Friend because we called out some bullshit on somebody. Oh, shit. If Steve wins the case, I wonder if he will unban everybody so that we can congratulate him, lol. I don't know. Wow, what's going on? Just watched the bits of Nate's stream. Anon, you're going to have to rewatch this one because I got to go offline here soon. So I think it's highly possible somebody shot up Kyle's house. I have given my opinion on that over and over and over. I didn't say that Steve did it. I said that if it was related to the internet, I will literally say exactly what I said then, for fuck's sake. I don't know how these guys have such a hard time hearing, but if it is related to the internet, that Steve McRae instigated it, not directly, but by his behavior, constantly lying about Kyle, constantly demonizing him, that's what targeted harassment is. One thing I've learned by studying the Katie Joy Paulson targeted harassment campaign and the Kyle Curtis targeted harassment campaign is a lot of what you think targeted harassment is, it's a little bit different, but it's definitely understandable. If somebody is willing to get up on the internet and lie constantly about the same things on someone and target them with this type of stuff, that they don't target, like they don't hold the same standard for not Kyle as they hold for Kyle. So if somebody next to them does something that they yell at Kyle for, they don't yell at the person next to them. They won't even call out the person next to them. But when Kyle sneezes, they call out Kyle. Then they demonize him even further, constantly. They don't give an opinion. They don't let you know that it is their opinion. They take steps to convince you. And they target the person with these repetitive type of non-opinion, not logical, not broken down type of assessments, right? You get what I'm saying. It takes a lot to describe it, but you must be Cyberpants. You're going to have to turn up your volume. Kyle's lawyer wouldn't submit documents from Kyle. She would get them from the official source whenever possible. Well, that's the thing. I just don't know. Nobody knows what's happened right now. It's too early. Everything that we need to know should be in that filing. You get me? So, if they're going to say that Kyle Curtis faked the bank documents, then they should have put the evidence in there, right? They didn't do that. Would Kyle be convicted in a criminal court just with what they showed in this court? The answer is no, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be convicted in a criminal court for faking documents just based off of what they've shown here. What they're doing is putting the thought out there. They're putting the idea out there at this point, right? That is, unless it's somewhere else in the long filing. But I was under the impression that the long filing is about the rebuttal to dismiss. So I haven't read the long filing yet. Am I sounding like a robot for some reason? Well, I'm getting off here then. It means my connection's bad or something. So appreciate you guys. I will update you on Periscope very soon. What time is it? I'm almost afraid to look. Holy shit. Okay, it's almost midnight. I really gotta go, but I'll be back, okay? So keep an eye out on Periscope. My next stream will be there updating you on what I find out from going through everything. So he sounds fine to me, says Cece. Oh, I do sound normal? Oh shit. Yes, I'm not sure that I'm gonna pop on YouTube. I'm sure that I'm at least gonna go on Periscope and let you know what else I find out from looking through the documents and talking to the squad cam, okay? And then, but for sure, if I don't make it back to YouTube, I'll see you guys on Scope tonight. Definitely, though, YouTube, UNIRock 2 tomorrow, so we can give the full channel what just happened. Tonight, we're investigating it, we're understanding it, drawing our opinion on it. Tomorrow, I give it to everybody on UNIRock 2, okay? Look for me on Scope. You'll be able to watch my Scope through my Twitter. Got me? See you soon, okay? Appreciate you.